So in the book, The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene, Law 31 is control the options. And in this video, I want to show you how we can take this law and turn it into a tactic that's going to make you more persuasive and more engaging when you're speaking in front of others. But first, here's the law. Get others to play with the cards you deal. There is a saying, if you can get the bird to walk into the cage on its own, it will sing that much more prettily. Give people options that come out in your favor, whichever one they choose. Force them to make choices between the lesser of two evils, both of which serve your purpose. So, how can we control what people choose? How do we control the options? Well, this is something that actually is pretty common in really good debate, and for better or worse, a lot of successful politicians use this strategy. Whenever you're trying to convince people, the more you try and prove your argument, the more they will defend. It's a concept called psychological reactance. When I feel like I don't have the freedom to choose, I will resist whatever you are giving me, even if it's what I want. So how do we use this concept of reactance and the 31st law of power, control the options, in a presentation, when we're speaking, when we're pitching, when we're trying to be persuasive? Well, the answer is options with pros and cons. You see, instead of saying, here's the best choice, here's the recommendation, present several options, each with pros and cons. Option 1 has a lot of cons and not a lot of pros. Option 2, a lot of cons, not a lot of pros. Option 3, the one you want them to choose. A lot of pros, not a lot of cons. By simply giving them pros and cons for each option and making the option or options you want them to choose, the one with more pros, and the things you don't want them to choose, the ones with more cons, you will dramatically increase the likelihood that people do what you recommend. And that's it. That's all you have to do to be more persuasive and overcome reactance. By the way, if you like this video where I took one of the laws from the 48 laws of power and turned it into tactics that you can use in your next presentation when you're trying to speak in front of others, put a comment down below. If I get enough positive comments, I might make a whole series where we take each one of the laws and translate them into tactics you can use to become a better speaker.